All right. Here comes another video. All right. Right now, we're gonna talk about why you suck at jiu-jitsu. Not just you, but me and you and this person and that person and why everyone sucks at jiu-jitsu. I think everybody gets to understand why jiu-jitsu is such a universal sport and versatile sport that I believe there's only one good person in this sport, right? There can only be one good person, and that's it, right? Everybody else sucks, right? It's like a battle royale, right? There's only gonna be one good winner, right? If everyone was to fight to the end, there's gonna be one guy out, right? In the whole jiu-jitsu world, and we gotta understand that we suck as a whole community, all right? As a white belt, that's gonna be blue soon. You're gonna be like worse than the blue belt. Blue belt's gonna be worse than the purple. Purple's gonna be worse than the brown. Brown's gonna be worse than the black. All right. It doesn't always go that case. A brown can be the black. A purple can be the black. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter, right? You just gotta understand that there's so many variables to why you can suck. And I basically listed down a couple reasons. How many did I do? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, 7 reasons why you can suck at jiu-jitsu and why I could suck. Because I suck too. I get beat all the time. And sometimes I'm the fucking nail and I get nailed in the ass like 24 fucking 7. All right. But that's just part of the game. You know what I mean? Like some days I'm the hammer, but only times I'm the hammer when it's the new member in the class and he's only there for 2 weeks. It's not my fault I get assigned to him or I go against him. It is what it is. So, but I'm the hammer those days. So, and he gets the nail all the time. So, but then there's days I go get the blue or purple belt and I'm getting nailed. You know what I mean? But here, all right. So, number one, you train inconsistently. Right? Being consistent in training is very important, but you don't want to overtrain. Keep that in mind, right? You want to train at least 3 to 4 days a week, right? You don't want to train at least too many times. I've seen people do 6 to 7 days, and to me, that's that's already a lot to go that many times. My body's too beat up. I'm already tired. Plus, I work out in the morning, and so it doesn't it doesn't fit well with my body. And plus, I don't want to be too physically tired because I also work a 9 to 5. So that's one thing, right? So I would say 3 to 4 times a week is good enough. All right. I think that's at least the minimum you should go, right? You don't want to go at least one time out of the week, 2 times out of the week, or maybe don't even show up for the month or the next 2 weeks, right? You don't want to be consistent, right? You want to be consistent, right? So you can at least learn what they're doing and at least get some good rolls in, right? So that's number one. All right. Number two, the incorrect mindset of jiu-jitsu. All right. I believe you should have a good mindset when it comes to jiu-jitsu, right? It is a big learning curve, right? I think when people are starting something new, you have to understand you're not going to be good at it, right? You will not be good at something when you first start out. And a lot of people forget that. A lot of people forget that when they start something, you can't be the best at it, right? Maybe you have a history of wrestling, MMA, even like you can say football as well, right? You could be athletic, right? You can have that, but sometimes it doesn't correlate to jujitsu, right? I've had people that been in wrestling, they slam me, but yet they don't tap me. They just pin me, but it doesn't matter because if you put me on my back, that's an okay position because I either get you in half guard or close guard. But some people, all right, thinking in that type of mindset, and then whenever they get tapped, they're like, "What just happened?" You know what I mean? So keep in mind the mindset is think like a white belt at all levels of belts. Doesn't matter. Even as a black belt, you're still learning things, right? There's a lot of new moves that people are still coming out with, and to me, that's pretty crazy, right? Just because there's metas, and I that's a reason why I fell in love with the sport because sport improves every decade or every 5 years, I believe. It improves somehow new ways or different rules or whatever, right? It always improves in its own way. And some people find new metas to beat other people and we learn them, we work them, and then boom, we're all doing it to each other, right? So always stay open minded, all right? Don't ever be closed minded, all right? Leave the fucking ego out the door, all right? A lot of people don't do that. I don't understand why people come in with a big ego thinking they can beat everybody. And those be the worst motherfuckers to go against, right? They be spazzy. They're always trying to hurt you. They think they're the best. And at the end of the day, right? you both coming out hurt because you were trying to not let your ego because you've been working over there for too long and you trying to shut this dude up because he's like has no training, right? But at the end of the day, like, what do you guys get out of that? Nothing, right? So always come in very humble, very cool, get ready to learn, and just be open minded. All right. And some people gotta understand you gotta learn the basics. That's another thing, right? Come in with the idea that you have to learn the basics and go back to them all the time, right? It's funny because, well, like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, Gordon Ryan came out with a video showing the most basic way to get out of mount and the best way to capture both arms and mount. And it's the most simplistic move. But yet he felt like some people forgot it at a high level of jiu-jitsu. So a lot of the times when you're doing a bunch of good, crazy things, when I'm doing crazy moves, you always got to fall back to the basics because you have to learn the foundation for you to grow, right? And even then, when you fall back, you always land on the foundation you built on, right? So that's what I believe that a lot of people come in with the wrong mindset and why they suck. So, all right, number three, you got to be at least try to be physically healthy in any sense of it, right? Eat better, drink water, all right? Don't smoke so much, all right? I mean, I know people that smoke and do jujitsu. It doesn't matter. I mean, you know what I mean? It doesn't bother me that they do it, but I feel like if you're gonna compete a lot, at least trying to have a healthy balance. Right? Don't do it like an addict. You know what I mean? Like, and then just go in and then next round. You know what I mean? So it's not healthy. All right. Work out, do cardio. A lot of people don't do that. You have to at least have some second form of cardio. All right. I really think like, jiu-jitsu is a really good sport to build your cardio, but at the same time, you kind of want to push that limit, right? You could roll so many times, but it doesn't equivalent to like going to roll in a jiu-jitsu match, right? You're gonna gas out within the first like a minute or two, and you're just like dead. And you want to learn how to surpass that. You want to learn how to beat that, right? You want to learn to endure those moments of like your cardio, right? You want to surpass that. So I would recommend working out, getting physically stronger to beat your opponents because they say strength doesn't matter in jiu-jitsu. Yes, the fuck it does. Who the fuck? I rely on that shit. All right, that's it matters so much. All right, you can have a lot of technique, right? But let's say two idiots with zero technique fight each other, the strongest one is more likely going to win. All right. Same thing with two idiots that have all the technique in the world. The strongest one is still going to win, right? I mean, same IQ, same level of jiu-jitsu, same everything, but one stronger than the other. The one with the fucking strength is gonna win. Like that make sense, right? It's common sense, right? So get stronger, get physical, you know get a good shape, right? And just keep grinding that out, right? Go to the gym, eat good, eat right, and just stay healthy, right? And a lot of people, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's people that don't do that. They do it as a hobby, which is fine, right? They're. But if you really feel serious about getting better, I recommend getting in a better shape, all right? Your body's a temple, all right? Get your temple right, get your body right, get your mind right. And then from there, you will probably excel athletically better in jiu-jitsu, all right? Yeah. Number four, open mats. Open mats is very important. The reason why open mats is very important is that you get to roll with new people. Rolling with the same people is cool, right? But you start to feel comfortable with them. You start to feel their technique. You start to understand them and you start to get accustomed to them. And that's not what you want to do, right? You want to start rolling with people that have different levels of jiu-jitsu and different idea and mindset of jiu-jitsu, right? Rolling with people at the same gym, it's not you do that all the time. You do it between depending on how many times you go to the gym, right? You say you go 3 or 4 times, you're rolling with them 3 to 4 times out the week, right? You go to an open mat at a different gym, you're rolling with new people that you never rolled with, right? And you're going to get better from that because you're learning new things, right? You might get beat or you might beat them, but you start to understand that their technique's a little bit different than the one you've been learning at your gym. And I feel like just understanding that they have new moves that you can learn or vice versa, you could teach them something new, right? You're still progressing by going to do something different, right? There's going to be different feels, different ideas, and since it's a new plane, like it's a new blank slate of you going against someone in jiu-jitsu, I think you have a different mindset when you do in their first roll with them, right? It's because you can roll with the same guy 50 times out that week, but it doesn't, if the game will be kind of different or your rolling match will be different if it's someone new you've never rolled with in a different open mat. You know what I mean? So Doing that would definitely progress your game a lot more because you're getting a different feel from other people. All right. Okay. Now, number fifth. All right. Is that right? One, two, three, four, five. Yeah. Number five, comps. Compete. What more can I say to that? Just compete. You know what I mean? I hate to say this. I feel like a hypocrite myself. I have not competed this year. It's May, and I haven't competed one time. I've just been so busy with work and in life. But just compete. You know what I mean? Competing is a different setting, a different feel, a different idea, right? And this goes along with my sixth point, and you'll see why. And I mean, you'll see. So with competing, right? Different mindset, different feels. Adrenaline pumping. You start to feel like the rush. Your jujitsu is based off your basic foundation of your jujitsu. Your fight or flight will kick in, and what you know from your core, right? What your body already is accustomed to, like you can what's it called, your muscle memory. Whatever that comes out first, that's going to be your main basic jujitsu that will come out when you're going into your matches, right? Because you can be training and learn something new, but the idea you've been learning for like a week, it's not going to come out through the same day you're going to go do competition, right? You're going to go base of what your muscle already knows, what your muscle memory in your mind already knows. So that right there will definitely build a lot because it gives you an idea of what you're missing and lacking from your game, right? So you're using your instincts at the end of the day to go against someone, and it's not what you can think about during the moment, it's what you already know. If that makes sense, right? Because thinking of something in jiu-jitsu, it might happen. You might have a glimpse or a moment where you're going to get someone and you're having like a thousand IQ play and you just hit it right. But there's gonna be moments that you're not gonna think. You're not gonna have time to think. You're just gonna have to move. And then when you have to move, all right, you're going to from what you instinctively know. And when you got your instinctively foundation of like your jujitsu, you'll be good, right? And the better you can sharpen that, the better your competition matches are gonna be, and you're gonna get a lot better. Okay, number six. All right, film between your gym, maybe some open mats. Coaches will let you see their videos if they have any CCTV cameras on there, and competitions, right? Watch your film. It is so important to watch yourself roll. I think you can understand and have someone criticize that for you. I really believe if you watch your matches, 9 times out of 10, you're going to see a lot of mistakes that happen during those rolls, right? What you can have improved, what you can do, and what you were thinking at the time, right? If you rewatch your rolls a lot of times, I think you will get a basic idea of what you can improve on. And don't just watch the roles that you beat someone or tap someone with. Watch the ones you lost. That's the ones you gotta watch. The ones that you lose in, you gotta understand, how did you get in those positions? Why did you get in those positions? Well, you know what I mean? And those are the questions you ask yourself whenever you watch those films. You're like, man, how did he get me here? Because if when I did this, he put me in that. You know what I mean? So you start to put the pieces together when you start watching the film. Yeah. So if you can gather any footage from your matches, gyms, or anything, go watch it. I recommend it. It is the best thing you can do. Or even set up recording for yourself. I've never done that myself, but I think I want to do that as well. It's a good idea of me. Um, Start recording. I really think if you start recording your matches from like your phone or whatever, I think you can get more of a better detail of everything. Because I don't know. So, but anyway, yeah, record yourself or find some recordings of yourself in old matches and anything, and just watch. Find your mistakes. Okay. So that concludes this video. If you got anything out of this, I'm happy that you did. If you like it, please like, subscribe, comment if I need to improve anything, or if you want me to talk about, or even show film. That's what I'm gonna do. I think it's another video idea that I can think about. Watching myself do jujitsu. I think that would be a great idea. Okay. Anyway, thank you guys for watching again. If anybody watch, right? I hope you guys have a good night or a good day, wherever you're at. All right. I hope I can talk to y'all later. All right.